everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Farida. Thank you for clicking on today's video. If you're new, welcome to my channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, a part of the family, thank you for coming back and stay tuned for today's video. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you my experiences of being a final year student during the pandemic, what it has been like, which I'm sure many students will be able to relate to. If you're in your final year of studying at a UK university, or you're in your first year or second year, or you're even considering coming to the UK to study, I think this video is something you find helpful. It's just a way for me to also be able to like chat, because it's been really sort of boring, to be honest, just being at home for so long. Like, this is not nice. But let's go straight into the video. The first issue that I've been struggling with, that I'm sure many of you will be able to relate to, is the fact that teaching and learning have been moved online because of the pandemic. While I totally agree on the need for uni to be online, it's been a struggle. Undoubtedly, it's something many of us have been struggling with, something I have been struggling with. And hours of sitting down in front of your laptop going to Zoom University just doesn't cut it. However, despite the fact that uni has been online and we're going to Zoom and Teams University, it's been a good thing in a way, because at my uni, for example, lectures and seminars are recorded. You're able to go back to them and listen to them at your own time, at your own pace, which is fantastic. But that is not to say that it's not been difficult. Like, it's been a real struggle, and there is definitely nothing like face-to-face learning. So the next issue that I've been struggling with is in terms of social interaction. I consider myself an introvert to some extent, and but even before the pandemic, I'm someone that barely or rarely even like went out with friends. I only went out on a few occasions because I went to work and then went to uni, and it was just like having to balance those two things. But like, it's still good to be able to like detox once in a while, go out with friends and do things different from uni work and work and paid work. But being at home because of the pandemic just affects your mental health, and it just makes things more difficult. My social interaction level has gone from like 6/10 to 3/10, which is not great, but it is what it is. We all have to just adapt, and this affects my mental health, and I'm sure many people out there it also affects them. But it can only be hoped that things will get better soon. But that is still not to say that this is not a real issue that affects many of us. So this will lead me to the third issue that I'll be talking about, which is in terms of mental health. Like, there's some days that I just wake up and I'm like, I just want to give up and just want to like not go to uni anymore because it's so stressful. Like, some days I just feel like I just want to cry all day because like this is so overwhelming, and I'm sure many people can relate to that. Like, some days you just be like, oh, what is this? Like, you wake up, you go to bed, you wake up, you sit in front of your computer all day, go back to sleep, do some reading, and it's just like the same cycle every day. And that is not good for the mental health. That is not good for my mental health. And I'm sure many people can also relate to that. But then, even in the midst of thinking that, oh yeah, I want to give up, I want to stop uni, but like, I'm just thinking, wait, I've not come all the way, gone through first year, second year, and now I just want to give up. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It just like, it just makes you think and reflect that, oh, now I can't give up at this stage because I've come this far. So for anyone out there who's also struggling because of the coronavirus, who's struggling because of the way it has affected all of us, remind yourself of how things used to be. Remind yourself of how life was before the pandemic and how things used to be, and just try to encourage yourself. Be optimistic that hopefully one day soon things will get better, and that is the way to go through this, really. And admittedly, it is very difficult. After my second year of university, I was thinking, wait, if we're gonna do a final year of university during the pandemic, like, maybe I should just take a gap year and then come back to uni later and get a job and do an internship for 1 year or something. I would have spent that 1 year doing some work, getting more experience, and then coming back to uni at a time when things probably would have been better. But it just wasn't realistic, because I didn't have enough time to like apply for jobs or even get anything, and it would have even meant a longer process, because obviously I'm on a student visa, and that means a lot. In this pandemic, it's very difficult to get a job. Like, many people are just doing whatever they can find, and it just didn't feel like the right time to go on a gap year. Like, as a law student, as any student who goes to university, you know that work experience is very important. It's very important that you get this experience, you gain this experience whilst you're at university, so that when you want to apply for jobs, you have this experience already. Some of the work experience that I was hoping to do, one of them was I wasn't able to do that because of the pandemic that was cancelled. Like, while I've not been able to gain work experience in person, I'm grateful for the work experience that I've been able to gain. Like, most of my work experiences now I've moved online, which is great because it means that I'm not traveling to these places to work. But then it has a downside because the social interaction part is different. It's a different thing when you're doing an internship in your own room compared to when you're doing it in an office setting where you have other people to interact with, to work with in a social setting, or it's just different, like having to do it in this room. But despite its downside, it's still been good. Like my work experience and volunteering has been moved online, and my paid job also is very close to where I live, which is just amazing. I can't really complain about that. But like when you're on an internship, you just want to interact with people on a face-to-face level, and that is not there anymore. But we move. The next issue that I'll also be talking about is in terms of tuition fees. As an international student who pays almost £13,000 per year for studying in the UK, that is a lot of money. And even if you're an home student that pays £9,250, that is still a lot of money for going to Zoom University. And it's just like, are we really paying that much money to stay in our rooms to study? Like, I still don't get it. Like, paying so much money just to stay in your room, and then the university says, oh yeah, we've provided all of the facilities. Definitely the university has really tried, but it is still not fair that we have to pay so much money to study online. The only time I've been to university this year, this academic year, is once, and that was when I went to the library to get some books, as you may have seen in one of my videos. And it's just not fair that we've paid so much money to go to university and we're not getting the full worth of our money. Like if I wanted to go to an online university, maybe I would have enrolled at one, and then I would have paid maybe £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 or something, not £13,000 or not £9,000 to go to online university. But we move. It is hope that things will get better still, but it's still not fair, really. I feel it's not fair that we've paid so much money. We paid so much money to go to online university. It doesn't make sense. So the next issue that I'm talking about is in terms of exams and coursework. Like at my university, even before the pandemic, we have coursework and exams. And last academic year, all our exams were changed to coursework, which is great. Like for me personally, I think I prefer doing exams. In terms of exams and coursework, it's been okay doing them in the room, but it's still not fair. Like it doesn't just, the vibe is just different. Like it's so different. And this year I think our exams may be moved online because of the pandemic, but that has not been confirmed yet. But if we're going to be on lockdown until March, or until the end of February, until somewhere around March, I don't think exams will be in person, but that has not been confirmed yet. So that is one thing about online university. You do all of your work in your room, your assessments in your room, your exams in your room, everything in your room. Like, oh, there, that is, I don't know. In terms of accommodation, I'm so grateful that the people I live with are amazing. For some people that are living in very shit accommodations during this period, like, you just don't want to do that. And for me personally, who lives like, I live a bit far away from uni. I think the pandemic has been sort of like a way to save money, because then I haven't had to travel down to university, which would have cost me quite a lot of money. The last issue that I'm talking about is in terms of trips that I would have been able to do if the pandemic was not a thing. If the pandemic was not a thing, some of my mates would have traveled to Strasbourg or somewhere like that in second year, and would have done the same thing in our final year. But because of the pandemic, I don't think that is going to be anything possible at all. So like, I'm not even banking on that because it doesn't seem like a possibility. But that is just the real gist, really. Like, things have not been normal. Like, uni has been like in this room, in all of you's rooms. Like, you've just been like doing uni in your room and paying £9,000 to go to uni, £13,000 to go to uni. Like, I don't know, but yeah, it is what it is. But we all hope that things will get better, and someday soon we'll move back to living our lives the way we used to live them before, maybe even better. Make sure to take care of your mental health. Make sure to stay safe and stay sane, because that is very important. Treat yourself well. Like, be happy, try to stay happy, and be optimistic that one day this will all be over. Be optimistic that this will not be the end of a normal existence, and maybe one day soon we'll be able to go back to going to university normally, and not going to Zoom University and Teams University and pay £9,000 and £13,000 or almost £20,000 for online university. Thank you for watching today's video. I'm not prepared to go back to work, and yeah, thank you for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more videos. See you again next time. Bye.